Welcome to a productive week in my life as a full-time crochet artist and small business owner. This video is sponsored by Cricut. So you're probably here because you're thinking about making crochet your full-time job, or if you're also like me, you want to balance crochet with your own small business. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Day to day, it's pretty hectic. And depending on the week, we have different tasks going on. So I thought, what better way than to show you guys a realistic and productive week in my life. Let's get into it. It being Monday, I do need to start off by planning out most of my week. I'm gonna take a second, plan out my day. Thankfully, I've already hit the gym, which means that it's time to get to work. Hello, and good evening. Now, the last time I showed you any updates on the linen top, I believe I only had like one panel done. Look at that in the light. It's actually rather sheer. I love this. So yeah, a little quick update is that I finished up the second panel. Now, they don't really look like much because, to be honest, each panel is really short. I did want this to be kind of cropped, but as you'll notice, it's like super cropped. To me, this is kind of, it's almost not a top. But after kind of like analyzing the stitches and the linen yarn and everything, I think what I want to do is block this. So yeah, it's really light and airy and lacy. We've just got these really gorgeous clusters. And by the way, can you guys see this colorway? I love this color so much. I think this is a really drastic turn from the usual type of colorways that I work with, and this being a little bit deeper of a colorway, like a ton of blacks, deep greens, and of course like some neon colors in there. This is gonna make a very interesting project. What I want to do is get this really wet, and then I want to pin it down and stretch it out kind of like this. Like it's gonna have an extreme stretch, but at the same time, it's also gonna add like even more kind of like laciness and sheerness with the top. So that is my initial plan. I don't quite know how that's gonna go, but so scrumptious, kind of giving me like mermaid vibes. Currently in the process of filming a very basic tutorial for this as well. So if you guys are interested, that video is coming out soon. All right, a little bit of an outfit change because it's starting to get so stinking hot every single day. So I threw my hair up into these really messy space buns, but I headed to my mailbox this morning because I got an email saying some Hobbii yarn had been delivered. So I figured I'd do a little unboxing haul on camera, show you guys what they sent over, because I am working with them to kind of create a few different reels for some of their newest summer yarn releases. So let me show you guys what they sent. Oh my gosh, these are so gorgeous. So this is Hobbii's new Friends Cotton Silk print yarn. Now they do originally have this in just solid kind of marled colors, but this time they released an actual printed version. So we have a bunch of really gorgeous colors. It's mostly like a variegated type of yarn. I'm already a huge fan of their solid color cotton silk fiber. So this one having like different colors, very variegated, multicolored. Oh my gosh, this one by far is my favorite one. So this one is colorway number 7 if you guys are interested. And the fiber content of this is 77% cotton and 23% silk. It's super like creamy and smooth. I can definitely tell that this has silk in there. So I think I'm gonna put together like a new pattern, a new tutorial using, I think, this colorway. It's having all of these different colors, that slight bit of like a wavy crinkle texture. And then I also picked out this colorway at number 6. It's very similar, but it actually has more like orange and deep blues. They also sent over, this is colorway number 5. If any of you guys love the pinks, the magentas, the hot stripe of orange in there, this one's gonna be right up your alley. Now this one is a little bit more cool toned and deeper toned, not quite as much like green and aqua as that other one. So yeah, little, you know, quick little yarn haul for the afternoon. I'm gonna have to add these into the collection, and then if you guys have any ideas on what I should make with this, also let me know. I have also been secretly like drafting another pattern idea. I really want to use the solid color cotton silk because I kind of want to make like a tank top, but a long full length duster, like a really tight crop top up at the chest, and then it just kind of flows and drapes down from there. Yeah, I just have so many ideas that I feel really backed up, and then it's hard to commit to one project because I feel like I'm missing out on all of the other ideas that I want to make. So it's been a struggle bus in the creative department, but you know, we're getting by, especially when we have new fibers like this. It's currently almost 11 o'clock in the morning, so I feel like I'm getting a late start to the day, but to be fair, I already hit the gym this morning, I showered, and then I also had to run out to Walmart because at the end of yesterday, I meant to start blocking my new linen top, and then I very quickly realized that when we moved into this new townhome, I don't know why I did it, but I threw away the blocking mats. It's kind of rare these days when I do block a project, so in the midst of us moving, it kind of felt like extra baggage, and now I'm at the point where I wish I didn't. Because now my blocking journey is going to be a little bit difficult. So I headed to Walmart because I needed to pick up some wooden clothespins. I also picked up like a little clothing steamer off of Amazon a few weeks ago. So I think that's how I'm gonna block the top. I'm just gonna use the steamer. And then I thought that I could use the clothespins to like pin them onto a hanger with a towel, and then I can kind of steam it standing up instead of traditional blocking, but that's okay. Given that it's 11 o'clock in the morning though, I'm gonna chug this coffee, and then I need to start packing up a bunch of these advent orders. So I'd rather get those out to my beautiful customers sooner rather than later. So I'm just gonna spend some time here at this desk, print out a bunch of shipping labels, prep the yarn labels, and then we'll see how fast I can get this done, and then get back to working on this top. Your girl is very exhausted today. But I do have a little bit of mental excitement because I have finished making both of the panels for the unisex tank. So here is the back panel. I feel like I can't show this off enough. It is so truly gorgeous. By far my favorite colorway. And then likewise, I have the front panel all finished up. So we've got like the little bit of a neck cut out, kind of like a scoop neck moment. And at this point I can go ahead and join the two. So I need to commence the seaming process. This is the most dreaded point. So over the last few weeks, I've started to get back into reading. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to pull out a few of my favorite books that I want to reread. Now, if you guys didn't know, I'm a huge fiction girly. I love horror novels, anything kind of scary. So one of the books that I've been putting off for a really long time is my Stephen King's Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot is a little bit more vampire-esque, a little bit dark, a little bit suspense, if you will. And then believe it or not, a book that I have never read is Harry Potter's The Sorcerer's Stone. This is one of Jordan's copies, but because both of these books are not hardbacks, they're starting to wear and tear really quickly. I'm gonna be teaming up with Cricut today to make some really fun BookTok inspired accessories. For my first project, I want to create custom dust covers to help protect my books. So I firstly started out by measuring the total length of my book. Next, I broke out my cardstock, and I really like these from Cricut because they have a slight texture to them, so they're not just basic and plain. I wanted to try something new, so I picked up their foil transfer kit, which comes with this very specific new tool. I also spent some time making sure that my foil was properly taped as flat as possible to my cardstock, and then I began my transferring. Now, this was my first attempt at foil transfer, and I was really surprised at just how easy it was to get this result. The lettering came out so crisp, and the reflection of the gold is chef's kiss. Lastly, I used my scoring tool to create these indents on my book cover, which is going to help it to lay a little bit more snug onto the book instead of it being a little bit loose and oversized. So this is just going to help it to shape correctly onto the book. And voila, we have a gorgeous modern style dust cover. After realizing just how simple this was, I decided to make another cover for one of Jordan's books. I really love the look of the gold foil, but I decided to use a darker colored paper just to see if it was going to pop a little bit more with the gold, and it did not disappoint. Now I really want to make a few more of these covers for some of our books that don't have the most aesthetically pleasing artwork. For my second project, I thought it would be fun to make some bookmarkers using these acrylic blanks that I got online. Traditionally, I like to use the bookstore receipts that I get when I purchase my book, but since I've recently lost mine, the timing couldn't have been any more perfect. I decided to go with a gold, silver, and an aqua colored removable vinyl. Once I had my vinyl placed on the mat, I sent her off to be cut and let the machine do all of the work. I also weeded out the negative space and used some transfer tape to lift my design, which is the most satisfying part for me. And then all that was left is to stick the design onto my acrylic blanks, and there we have it. If any of you are part of a book club, I think that this would be a super cute idea to make for your friends with a little added touch of personalization. allergies are so bad today. But after spending almost 4 hours packing orders, I'm gonna take this little girl on a walkie so we can stretch our legs and get some fresh air. Yeah, let's go.